I'm just happy that this song is traveling through my ears. Well played.
Well, so Curtis Mayfield is great. I wanted him specifically for this segment with you guys because this is our uplifting segment of the week.
This is where I learned something.
This is when we tell each other something good.
That's right.
Tell us something good.
Ah.
I had to go with someone in the same genre, but I couldn't go with
it. Tell me something good. I'm with it.
So we were watching the draft. Obviously, everybody watching the draft. Every waking second of the draft. And the whole Moritz Boehringer story played out. And I get a frantic call. My phone starts ringing. Like, as all this is going on. Now, if you're watching NFL Network, it's highly choreographed.
All this.
Oh, so excited. So excited. Kevin, you're seeing this guy being drafted.
Hold on.
Take us all the way back.
Hold on. First of all, in the previous phone conversation I hear, someone drafted the German guy. That's pretty cool. And I was like, yeah. That's where the frantic call came from. As I watched the highlights, I noticed that my man, Moritz Boehringer, is balling out for the Swabish Hall Unicorns. And that was crazy to me. I played Division III ball in Washington, D.C. for the Catholic University of America. Okay. And after my fourth year was done, some man and some guy, if it was a quarterback from down in Virginia, Washington Lee, I believe, and his friend of his contacted my father. Next thing you know, we get a professional football contract, if you will, for approximately 1,000 Deutschmarks a month. Well, I think it was $1,000 per month. I'm not sure about the money trade, but I know that it was 1,000 Deutschmarks per month for this guy. I mean, I'm ready to play Deutschmarks all around. 1,000 sounded great, but monthly wasn't so good. But the bottom line is 4 Americans per team, only 2 allowed on the field per team. My deal would have been living in an apartment, 2-bedroom with 4 Americans, the use of 1 car, food, and the ability to make an extra $300 a month.
You had to coach food.
The ability to make, I'm sure.
And live in Germany. Live in Europe.
And basically go abroad to, study the game of football. Not so much. From what I understand, I do believe I played at the highest level of Division III football, and I believe this professional European league, the second Bundesliga, as it was possibly less competition.
I think they're still filming their games in standard definition.
But now, I will say that over the last 20 years, which unfortunately has been 18, that Moritz Boehringer, they have gone up in level, about 4 different levels to the level he's at now. He wasn't doing what I was doing. Where
you're saying you'll be throwing passes to guys just like Moritz Boehringer.
Moritz, go deep. Yeah, we're gonna do that on Deutsch, gentlemen.
But this guy is like a freak. Right?
Oh, he busted out a 4.45 at the combine.
6'3", 230 or something?
The only international player that's ever been drafted without playing college football. I mean, there's nothing written next to his description. It does not say Schwabish Hall Unicorns. And my brother JD wanted me to throw in that he did go over.
Yeah, he did. I always tell people
he did go over and play this league for the Langenfeld Longhorns. Now, you have a big A on the back of your helmet, John.
They have a thing for horns over there. For some reason.
They have a thing for local Division III football players, but everyone seems to go over there and have a great time. And like I said, it seems like a pretty good deal. Now,
why didn't you go?
Because it would have taken up my second semester senior year. I found out in December I would have had to have left within 2 weeks in early January. And it was second semester senior year. Everything going on. It was a pretty big time with it was
going to be a lot of fun.
It was going to be a lot of fun. I didn't know if I was going to just, head over to
you can spend 1,000 Deutschmarks pretty quickly, I'm guessing.
And if I only have
Germany.
If I have 1,000 Deutschmarks in 30 days, there's not going to be a lot of Deutschmarks left about 10 days into it.
Germany, Kitty O'Shea's.
Well, speaking of European,
1,000 Deutschmarks.
Don't you have your guy's not European, your guy's Australian.
Well, I was going to keep mine actually in the international realm, and this is just because it's relevant and to me, it's one of the greatest stories that I've covered as the Maryland color analyst for the last 21 years.
You're calling the best color man in the business for nothing.
And it's Brad Craddock from Adelaide, Australia. Here is a simple, high school kid in Australia who was a rugby player, but he knew he wasn't big enough or fast enough to actually play, on and make a career out of it. But he was his specialty was kicking in the Australian rules game. But he, in a high school assignment for high school, he wrote the difference between kicking an Australian rules ball and an American ball. Went out, kicked it a bunch of times. Then he's like, I think I can do this. He filmed himself. tape or sent the link of the tape, and then all the pros and just kept on sending it to schools, and Maryland gave him the scholarship. First time he ever saw an American football game was the one that he suited up
That's
for
awesome.
against William & Mary his freshman year, and he actually kicked in that game. He was brought here to be a punter. He's transitioned to a kicker, and now he was a Lou Groza Award winner 2 years ago, and now he's with the Cleveland Browns as an undrafted free agent. I mean, that is just, and he's a great kid. He became a captain of the football team at Maryland. His work ethic was just ridiculous. Yes, he's a kicker, but he's a great kid too. He's a good friend of mine now. I can have, you know.
We're gonna have him on the show.
We will.
Okay.
We will have him on the show. I just texted him. He said, no worries, mate, and he'll be on definitely.
Right.
But it was a great story. Just a very unorthodox way to get to the NFL.
Good for that guy.
I mean, what if you were the guy who discovered football by watching Adrian Peterson on YouTube, and a few short years later you're drafted by the team, like your teammate's Adrian Peterson? That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Hey, these guys have visions, and this newfangled internet has allowed everyone to take those dreams and make them a reality. I mean, those two stories should be talked about.
Absolutely.
Those are incredible.
I don't have a better story than that. Those two stories. I think that the whole experience this past weekend was the story of McLovin. I think it's the best story to be told as a Redskins fan, as a sports fan in this town.
It's a story we'll be telling for years to come, hopefully.
People who were Redskins fans in the 80s when we were winning Super Bowls and we were a great franchise, I was 5, 6, 7 years old when they first started. I knew who Bobby Beathard was. I knew that name. I knew who he was.
And loved him.
I was reading a book to my 8 and 7-year-old girls tonight about the history of Washington, and I was telling them all about Theismann, and actually Sammy Ball, and then Sonny Jurgensen, and John Riggins, and Theismann, and Rippett, and Williams, and Sean Taylor. And I mean, they were hanging on every word, and I was loving it.
Were you McLovin it?
Da 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 da.
All right,
And I like that.
Everyone says, "Who's the last jersey you bought?" You know, whatever. I made a T-shirt with McLovin on it because I think he is the face of the franchise currently. I want him. I believe that. I am wearing it. I think he is the face of the Redskins franchise. He's earned it. I'm looking forward to seeing this draft class pay off. And it's really 3 draft classes that define you as a GM. 3 good ones.
In a row.
In a row. Absolutely in a row. That's how a franchise is built. That's how rosters are turned over and set for contention. Not just 1, not just 2. You got to have 3. So he has 1 more to go. But
stop there.
Well,
4, 5.
I'll take 3.
6.
I'll take as many as you can give us.
What happened there? Let's take our 3. We're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
That's not pushing.
I
That's not pushing.
was just doing a little.
I know. I said I know what happened there, and I was with that. I'm with this. I can tell you that.
Well, you guys, just want to thank you guys for helping me stay positive in this week.
We're a positive group.
We're a positive group. We're going to come back with some more positive stuff. I'm Ken. He's Tim. He's Kevin, and he is Matt Seal. And this is the Audible.